Hi everyone, Zipon Tloko here. I'm Good Housekeeping Senior Beauty Editor. Welcome to Beauty on the Go. I'm super excited about our guest today. He is the founder and scientific director of Environ Skincare. Today we'll just be chatting about the battle against pigmentation, which we all know is a skin condition that's really hard to target effectively. It's time to verify and debunk some pigmentation truths and myths with Dr. Des. So, Dr. Des, the conversation around pigmentation can get a little serious. So, for this interview, I want to make it a little more fun. I'm thinking a speed round of pigmentation-related questions.
Yeah.
You answer true or false, and then provide an explanation to our viewers on your answer. So, true or false? Sun exposure is the main cause of pigmentation.
Yes, that's true for most of the time.
Pregnancy pigmentation can be prevented.
That's difficult because we never know what would have happened if you didn't do something.
Yes.
If you understand me. But in general, it's something that occurs and then we have to respond to it.
True or false? Pigmentation is genetic.
Virtually everybody can get pigmentation, but if your mother, say for example, has had pigmentation, chances are you will get it as well.
Okay. True or false? Exfoliation helps lighten pigmentation.
It's a deception. Because, pigmentation goes through the whole skin, and if you remove the top, you've effectively reduced the amount of pigment that you're seeing through. So pigmentation can look lighter after using alpha hydroxy acids, exfoliation, but in the long run, it's still there.
True or false? Cosmetic needling further aids the treatment of pigmentation.
Well, cosmetic needling will help the pigmentation if you've got ingredients in your cosmetics that make the pigmentation less. But what really does help pigmentation is medical needling,
Okay.
where we always see a lightening of the pigmentation.
True or false? Salon treatments provide quicker results when used in conjunction with home wear.
Absolutely, and this is where I've driven most of my work.
Yes. True or false? Darker skin tones are at less risk of developing pigmentation.
That's false.
Yeah.
We can see some awful pigmentation in very dark skins.
True or false? You can go into the sun while using the Radiance Plus range.
If you're treating pigmentation, the sun is one of your enemies.
Yes.
So it's like taking a step forward and 2 steps backward if you go out into the sun.
True or false? The Radiance Plus range can be used on all skin types.
That's true. I've specially formulated it so that anybody in the world can use it.
True or false? Blue light exposure can cause pigmentation.
Absolutely true. Well, I think it's groundbreaking in that it attacks the pigmentation problem from 6 major areas and it reduces your chance of making pigmentation. Pigmentation can take ages to come to the surface, and we then can start treating it. We treat something that's maybe 5 years old. And so what Radiance does is to limit the further production of pigmentation and then stop the continuous formation of pigmentation. We've got 6 particular molecules that are attacking the formation of pigmentation. We've got artichoke, Japanese sakura, plum tree extract, neem tree extract. We've got vitamin B3,
Yes.
which is a very strong action against the distribution of pigmentation. Oh, and then there's vitamin C. Vitamin A is simply the single molecule that controls everything. And we lose it because when we go out into sunlight, we destroy it in our skin, and that's where we want it. And so that's why we actually need to keep the vitamin A in rich levels in our skin so that we prevent the formation of pigmentation. It also facilitates the reduction of pigmentation. And that's very often one of the things that people notice. They start using vitamin A, and after a while their pigmented marks disappear.
Ooh.
I had a black mark over here.
Yeah.
I was asked at some official place, I think had to tell people what would identify my body if they only found my body. So I said, well, I have a black mark over here. And the official looked at me and said, are you joking? You don't have a black mark there. I looked in the mirror, and sure enough,
it wasn't
gone. There. But about 4 years before, I definitely have photographs showing that there was a black mark here.
So is that just that disappeared from regular use of vitamin A?
Vitamin A.
Wow. So join the conversation around pigmentation with Environ by following the hashtag Radiance Revolution.